All right, we're very excited. Nina's joining us for the very first time here in LA. And before we continue this conversation on civil disobedience, I want Sam. You referenced this tweet in the show, but it was good because you guys are doing such a good job talking about Ferguson. I just wanted to have you read it.
No, absolutely. I'm so proud that's how we are viewed, right? Because that's what we want. So Sarah V wrote, "The Dr. Drew broadcast of Ferguson is actually the best I've seen. People with different opinions actually talking."
Nice.
Because it's clearly not Stephanie Wright. She's a mess.
Crystal
Wright, whatever her name is. I was like, whatever her name is.
Right, because there's different perspectives. There's going to be different histories, and we should be able to come
Crystal
together.
was giving a perspective we hadn't had the night before, and that's what people liked, I think. But be that as it may, I really, something crystallized for me, speaking of Crystal, that this notion of we have become accustomed to civil unrest as being mistaken for civil disobedience. Mm-hmm. Civil disobedience is a logical response to an unjust law, right?
That's a great.
You have an obligation to break a law that's unjust. It's the basis of the Berkeley.
Couple of arrests. That's
yeah,
right. Went away in handcuffs. And
Oh,
I'm very proud of that. That's right. Anti-apartheid.
You were contesting unjust law or an unjust war or an unjust whatever, but civil unrest. What is that? That's just criminal behavior, is that?
Exactly. No, I agree. And that's what I was trying to say earlier during the last segment is that people, like, it's one thing, and I think celebrities and the social media is playing a huge role in this. The DA even said in his statement yesterday that social media has played a huge role in people's misconceptions.
The president took aim at the media, too.
Right. Yeah, the president did, too. Yeah, he
but
mentioned
come on,
that
you
as
guys.
well.
What celebrities are saying to go out there and loot and ruin these
But
beautiful
they're not.
businesses?
None of them are saying that.
But that's the point. They're not saying that. That's my point. They're not saying that. But what they're doing is they're saying, out of this side of their mouth, you guys, please don't be violent. Let's be civil. And then on the other side, this is crazy. We need to demand justice. They're enraging people that already.
No,
are
I think what enraged
issue.
people was seeing tanks roll up in their town and
you.
being prepared weeks before that we were going to be
A
bringing
body
in
lane in the street
for
4.5
hours.
hours.
That's what enraged us.
But the problem is that justice is such a subjective term. It's not an objective term. So it's like, unless the court agrees with you or unless you get the decision that you want, all of a sudden it's not justice. So what is justice? People need to recognize that we have a process, and whether the process works in the way that we want it to work and we get our outcome the way we want it to or not, we have to respect the process to some degree, and that's not cause to just go and turn stuff over and set fires.
But can't we have the
that you didn't get
conversation?
your decision.
Isn't it okay to have the conversation, whether it's a celebrity or whether it's you and I, so we can spark dialogue and make a difference and change?
As long as you're not adding fuel to the fire, and when you have people that are already enraged because of the history, because of the injustice that they see, I don't think that was a good thing in this.
But the fire was already spreading, so there was nothing that any of these tweets or anything did. I mean, these people were upset from day one, and this thing was handled poorly. And that's why I said on the show tonight, I have friends who are police officers who do a damn good job, and these situations don't happen. But this happened because these people handled this poorly. What this cop did was handled poorly. I mean, everything was just wrong.
And there should
from
never be looting.
Right.
My heart's break for
course,
those
never.
businesses. Like people spending their whole lives trying to build up those businesses, and then like that,
Yeah,
they
what
get
does
burned
Foot Locker
down.
have to do with Mike Brown? What does looting Foot Locker and
Or the
Smart and
local
Final
beauty store.
have-
The
Exactly.
local
What does that have to do with
store.
it? And I love police officers. I'm married to a peace officer. I totally support law enforcement, but I also totally support what this grand jury's finding was. And you can do both. So, and at the same time, I believe that Ferguson Police Department completely screwed this up.
Yes.
I don't say that across the board for all police departments.
Okay.
I think in this instance they did screw it up.
We have something there, Kate, for the Facebook crowd.
Oh, we do. How do you think the Ferguson Police Department handled this? Was it right? Was it wrong?
No, it was ineffective. They screwed it
Is that
up.
the source of the problem?
They need to go back and reevaluate and come up with a new game plan.
And should there be, my question, should there be a national standard for law enforcement?
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
Protocol.
Should we put
standards.
national standards? Just like there's national standards for teachers, national standards for
Something
doctors.
federal level.
Why not
Maybe it
law
shouldn't be
enforcement?
state by state and
That's
county
good.
by
All
county.
right. Federal level. Should that happen? Let us know.
We're not federally